everyone, and welcome to the Scratticus Academy. It is Monday again, so we are back with all the lovely TTRPG goodness. I'm going to run through a few things quickly so that we can jump straight back into the story. So first of all, we've got a Discord. You should definitely go check it out. We have a chat room for each individual campaign. So if you want to go and talk a bit more about Eberron, you can head over there. We also, if you would like to get into a game, drop Scrat a DM on Twitter. We have 5 viewer games. I have a feeling they are all full, but we are already getting ready for season 3 and all of the new viewer games are coming up there. If you haven't seen the sessions before this, you can go and check out our YouTube, which has it in a playlist if you want to catch up. And also we have a Patreon if you would like to support us. We have a new article that's just gone up by Renee, which is actually about our viewer games, and it's such a lovely read, actually. I really loved it. We also have merch, which you can get via Redbubble, and some really lovely sponsors. One of them is Bird in the Storm. You can see their links in chat for all their merch and bits and bobs from there, and they do some like module writing and stuff like that. And I'm excited for season 3 for sure. And also Mage Hand Press, who has, which you can see this season in the D&D 5e in Space, the Dark Matter Alpha. And we are bringing them back next season, but in a slightly different module. So we also have, if you go and check out the panels below, we have 10 to 15% discount on ruink.com, one of our other sponsors, Arasavad, who creates some awesome dice trays and dice bags, and also tabletop loot to go and get your dice. So effectively you can get all your gear all down at the panels below if you want to go and check that out. Also, every 10 retweets and every 4 followers we have a trinket to gift, and I believe we're at 10 already, so I'll be doing that pretty soon. But other than that, let's hop round and say hi to everyone. So first of all, let's head over to when my Twitch actually loads and allows me to do it properly. Hello Phoenix of 89, Ash, hello.
Hello everyone. I'm doing pretty good today, and I will be playing Imet, our little well, I guess he's not little, our Warforged dad, uncle, figure, person, parental thing. And if I remember right now he is attempting to learn to dance with this tiny, tiny little halfling child standing on his feet.
Yeah, sort of being waltzed around the room by the equivalent of probably a 5-year-old halfling, which is super tiny compared to you. But that we're going to now hop down to the lovely Kim, or Geeky Tea Party.
So, I'm also doing wonderful today, and I am playing River, Shifter Ranger, and I believe right now she just returned from procuring a new eye for Blue.
Yeah,
I believe that's where I left off.
Yeah, I think you spoke to a couple of dwarves over at the table to go and try and get Blue a new eye, where you saw this other very large forged.
Yes.
And then we're going to hop over to the lovely tool store.
Hello, how are you doing? I am playing Vesh, who is our Kalishtar cleric, giant soul sorcerer. And yeah, he is in this place eating down an entire platter of roast boar, and looked up to find himself having another Kalishtar communicating with him from across the room.
I think you were also feeding very drunk Tyron.
I am feeding a very drunk Tyron, yes, because he passed out because somebody who shall remain nameless, Tart, drank him under the table, as she does.
Of course. And speaking of Tart, hello, that's Ginger.
Oh, hi. I'm doing great today. Peachy keen. Now that I'm here, I'm Lauren. I'm that salty ginger over on Twitter, she, her pronouns, and I play Tart, the changeling bard who has never done anything wrong in her entire life. And Tart's got a gun. 2.
Shebang.
Yeah.
Yep, shebang. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Aren't we all in very different outfits as well? Am I just checking?
Yes. We've all switched to like a Western.
Yeah. Vesh is what basically imagine Woody from Toy Story. And I think minus the hat, you're there. Because I've got my big ugly sore boots on as still, because he does not get rid of his sore boots.
Amazing.
I feel like he'd run like Woody as well. I just
Pretty much, and about the same build, really, when you get right down to it. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so yeah, last week the last thing we had was we saw a hooded figure enter the tavern, or Vesh did, and one of the halflings sort of tapped on their shoulder and pointed over towards Vesh. And this figure took their hood down, revealed a fairly normal looking person who smiled, and all Vesh then heard this man's voice in his head. Lips didn't move, just saying, "So you're Vesh." And Vesh, as you sit there, Tyron slowly sobering up a little bit. It looks like he might have a bit of a headache. This man, this sort of tanned, skinned man, very smartly dressed, that looks like he's got a small black moustache and a very sort of trimmed back hair, smiles at you, takes a purse of gold coin from the halfling, and proceeds to walk across the tavern floor. And a bit like the dumb waiter, the dumb weight things that all your bags went in, there's the much larger one, almost like an elevator. He steps in, smiles, and then up at the top you see some halflings start to pull him up. You can watch him go all the way up to the 3rd level, and he smiles at you, walks along a bit and disappears into the 3rd door on the right.
So this was the Kalishtar who has the fancy dress and that sort of stuff.
He's got tan skin, he's got very bright blue eyes, and a very smart, almost curly, like little black moustache and slick back hair.
So he's pretty fancy looking.
He's pretty fancy.
Vesh is very intimidating.
Aww. And at this point, what are the rest of you doing? Like, Emet, you would have had that child probably still on your feet. You've got Blue, I think, trying to dance with Tart as they go around. And River, are you coming back to the table now with this eye that you have for Blue?
Yeah, to tell Vesh that we got it. I got the eye.
That's so cool. That was me. I'm sorry. So how do you put a new eye into a Warforged? Do you know?
Oh, did he tell me last time? I don't remember if the dwarf told me or not.
He didn't give you specific instructions, but you might guess maybe Emet has had to
Change
That's
eye.
fix them things up whilst being on a battlefield.
That's what I was gonna say. The dwarf didn't tell me, but you know, Emet probably knows. I think that Emet probably knows. Or, there's probably another Warforged around here that might know. I'm sure we could get help somehow.
That's true. Do we need to get money from Tart?
No, he gave it to me for free.
So they're cool. Okay.
Yeah, we should buy him a ale.
If you look back, you can see these dwarves just giving you a bit of a cheers. Not like just they just look happy, not like cheering, but they seem pretty happy.
Yeah, no, Tart would say that. We should send them over. Should we send them sarsaparillas? I bet dwarves would rather have ale though.
We could send them both. How about that?
There you go. That's a good idea. I sort of motion for the waiter. It's like, could you send some sarsaparillas and ales over for the dwarves over there?
Yeah, this halfling comes to over. He's like, yes, of course, and they
Just
sort of
add
pull out
it to
this.
Tart's tab. Say thanks, Tart.
Oh, okay, perfect. I will do that. And you can see again this small little halfling jump up behind the bar. All these little concoctions start happening again. And once the drinks are served, if you look over in the direction of the dwarves, they sort of give you a grin and raise their glass.
Very awkwardly, Vesh waves back.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. One sec. And you see Vesh thinking to himself, and I send a psychic message to Tart.
Who you are being currently swung around by Blue right now. Like, I almost want to picture on the Titanic where they just keep going.
Yes.
He's getting far too into it.
I'm loving the idea that like his feet are planted, but he's like his waist is spinning.
Yeah.
She's totally leaning into it. She's having a blast.
Tart, we're spending your money, but more importantly, some fancy person with a big bag of gold said, "Hey, you're Vesh." To me, I don't know who it was. You said I shouldn't talk to fancy people.
I don't think I actually said that.
Well, most of the fancy people I've met like you know other scary fancy people, so I figure fancy people are scary.
Yep.
So anyway, he's a Kalishtar.
Where is he?
He went upstairs.
Was he like, come with me?
He just had a big, like, sort of pouch of gold. I don't know whether, I mean, I do know, I mean, I was brought up right, not you don't take gold from strangers because they might want something you shouldn't be giving them or something or weird. But still, he's a Kalishtar, but he's kind of like, he's fancy. Fancy people, you know, I mean, well, everyone that I've met who's been fancy so far has not been what they seemed. And that, I
And
mean,
then that
like your
tyrant's
party-
like as he moves over to the other side on the table.
yeah.
Okay, so he just like smiled at you and said your name,
It's
and
like,
then
so you're Vesh, all like mysterious, like
And then,
twisting
like-
mustache.
did he walk away or is he still here?
He went upstairs. But it was weird. He was like, he was like, whoa. He's totally like, playing it up now.
Definitely.
This
a
is
trap.
totally
It's
like
the Monopoly guy.
this is like Canadian Mounties villain. This is what's his name? Snidely. Oh, what was his name from
Rocky and Bullwinkle?
yeah,
I'm thinking
from
of Dick Dastardly at the moment.
Dick Dastardly. That works too. Totally Dick Dastardly.
Well, we were waiting for someone. Remember, they were going to send for someone to come and tell us all about the jungle and the temples.
This doesn't look like someone who was walking through the jungle. He had fancy clothes.
Okay, well, then let's ignore him. Make him come back out if he wants to talk.
Okay.
So we're in charge.
Let you know.
We're in charge, Vesh. Don't follow him into a dark room or down an alley. I used to do that with a friend. Don't follow him.
Are you shouting this? Because by that, I'm
By
assuming.
now, you decided to shout instead of to tell them.
Probably. She's being spun around.
Yeah. So it's a big queasy.
I was just talking. Hi, River. Sorry. I know that was rude, but I was talking to Tart because there was like a fancy, someone who was like fancy Kalishtar came in here. He was twisting his mustache and he was wearing all black and looked really evil. I think he had a scar across one eye. And he talked to me in my head and said, you were Vesh. It was terrible.
That sounds very scary. I don't think I would like that.
I was not a fan.
At this point, by the way, Tart, Blue is slowing down. You can hear that creaking, probably in his new arm. And he just stops. But you realise your feet are still off the ground as he's holding you. And in
Tiny.
yeah, and in bed, you see this. The little girl is called, seeing you dance. The little girl's parents see her, smile at you, but beckon her back to the table. It looks like food has arrived. And Blue actually, like, his good eye is currently just, like, swirling a little bit. If a Warforged could get dizzy, he probably is.
Blue, I am not sure if I am drunk or if you are in
Yeah.
need of something.
I be drunk.
No, probably not, but I might be, because you are going woo, 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 woo.
So are you. Like, you're both focusing
Yes,
on each
yes,
other.
but I am drunk.
Puts down.
Ugh.
I will return to Vesh and River.
Can I have a piggyback ride?
Of course. And he just squats like that.
Yay.
And you can climb on and start walking back towards the table. Imet, what are you doing?
Because Blue is dizzy and now carrying the drunk dizzy Tart, I'm actually just pretty much going to be walking behind Blue, and he's not actually walking. I have lifted them both.
Yeah, his legs are still
And
going.
his legs are still walking. I'm carrying them back to the table.
Yeah, neither of them will notice, probably, I would say. And you can get back to the table. There are quite a few empty platters where Vesh has been eating and feeding Tyron, who looks a bit covered in like there's crumbs in his hair, maybe where Vesh has been eating and forgotten Tyron is face down on the table. And yeah, River's also sat at this table with this new sort of warforged eye.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Oh, it's a surprise for Blue. But Emmett, we don't know how to put it on. Do you know how to put it on?
No. Imet will examine the eye.
This is
Notice the make and model.
It's pretty standard. You've done this a lot of times. You could probably help, if not teach, River how to do this.
So yeah, Imet sits down, plops Blue on his lap, and be like, "Come here, River."
Blue just sits there, just like swaying slightly. You might have to remove Tart from his back though.
Yep, I was about to say,
I
I have
feel
not
tired.
gotten up yet.
Yeah, lift Tart off, set her down beside us.
Ugh.
And Blue sort of turns his head to look at you, and you can see that cracked eye, that glass that's broken, the shatteredness of it. There's no light on it. And he looks down at River's palm and sees this as like, is that for me?
Yes, Vesh and I got it for you. We wanted you to have a new one.
Thank you. I
You're
would
welcome.
like to see evenly again. And you can see that, you know when people do that, to see that he's doing that, but it's going way off to the side as he's trying to make the judgment as to where things are.
And with that, I teach River how to replace an eye for a Warforged.
Yeah. Blue lets you. It's just a matter of unlocking a bit of it and removing it and putting it back on in. Almost like changing a light bulb is what is that sort of thing. There is that little like as you screw it back on. And you can give it that little like shine and that polish at the edge. And it's almost a perfect fit. And you see it, the colours are different. They change as if he's blinking a couple of times before they gradually sync up and both become that sort of green colour. And Blue looks at you, River, and is like, thank you.
Oh, it was Vesh's idea. You're welcome.
You are very skilled.
Does it fit properly?
And he sort of blinks. 1, 2. I believe so. Things look equal again, and he just reaches out, and Vesh, he just touches your face, like just to check it's there. Not you are muted, Vesh. He just sort of reaches out and pats your
That's
face.
good. Yep. Hi. Hi. Hello. Hi.
Perfect. And he stands up off of Emet's lap and starts to just walk around a bit, sort of looking more just like you can tell he's trying to judge things and almost exercise the eye, as it were.
Hey, Vash,
Yeah.
do you think we should go up to that guy's room?
Wait, I thought you said we should wait down here.
I mean, we should, but like also we could like surprise him. We could kick open his door.
Okay.
What guy?
Okay, what should we
I
say?
looked at Emmett and go, see, we did right when we kicked down the people's door when Tart wasn't around.
What?
That is
Oh,
true.
nothing.
It was successful.
Was it though? Because I escaped on my own.
We found you.
We found you. Sort of. You might have already been out. That wasn't our fault.
I ran into you. You were going down a different hall.
Yeah, and we found you.
We found you. It was successful.
Okay. Okay.
Tyron, you can see, is now like massaging his temple, just like, oh my gosh, what did I drink?
Killed Tyron that day.
What? You were gonna do what? Like, as he sort of comes round.
Well, no, I mean,
Like quite sobers you up, like hearing.
Yeah, he's just like, bam, I'm back. You were gonna kill me?
well, I mean, you were in the fireball.
Just a little.
Like, and he looked genuinely horrified by this. He's like,
No, of course not, Tyron. Tyron, I was not going to do that. I never would have done that ever in my entire life.
I'm behind Vesh going,
and
No.
he's like looking
Sorry,
backwards and forth, like,
No, you believe me. I'm very charismatic.
do you not roll, both of you?
What?
Persuasion?
Persuasion.
Persuasion? Okay.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah! I am a bard. I am a bard.
You're both so compelling. He stands there looking from one to the other, like above Tart and back at Tart here, and then just like, okay. And he
That's
just,
true. Believe her or she'll hurt you.
what? He gets like,
Tyron.
I'm
Remember
drunk on
when I
sarsaparilla.
said, yeah, you're being so much right now, Vash.
What? Wait. How did I get in trouble?
What did I do?
So, okay, we're going to all go kick down his door together.
whose door? Whose door?
Kalish Star.
Oh, Kalistar.
Where's
The
his
really
door?
scary one with a mustache, and he has like a scar across his eyes, wearing all black, and he's got this big black hat.
He could just be fashionable.
Well, that's true. Okay.
Sounds very sinister.
Okay, so he went up to the third floor. What, like in that door over there?
He went in the weird box that goes up on rails.
The lift. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that.
Okay. Cool.
Wait a second.
Hmm.
Let me understand this for just 1 second. I'm just
Yes.
putting this together.
Great.
I can take that instead of going on the stairs?
How big is it, Alice?
It can take like 2-3 people at a time. This is quite big.
Like a
box.
cargo.
Like Vesh and Emet will have like that much headroom. So at the end of the day, it's like halflings have tried to make it for people who are slightly taller than them, but
Mm.
not. Yeah.
Yes, but maybe you and Emet should not go in on at the same time.
But you're telling me I don't have to go up and down the stairs.
Yes.
Like, while we're here ever.
Sure.
This is the best tavern ever,
It's pretty good. I like it a lot.
says the guy who has the -2 dexterity.
Yep. Okay. So Vash, you and I will go up first, so you can show me the door. We will wait for us all to get there as a team, and then we will kick it open.
Okay.
Great. Yay.
So who's going in the
So
lift
me and
first?
Tart, I go
Yeah.
first, and then Emmet,
Yep.
Blue, and wait, can Emmet and Blue go ride in the same one? Probably not.
Probably
Can
not.
take
Though
this.
you also
Literally,
see
are there halflings who are like hand over handing this?
it's literally like 5 halflings pulling.
Yeah,
It's
Emmet's
box
taking the
up.
stairs.
You will notice has started collecting glasses. And you so Vesh and Tart, you can hop in this lift and you hear like a ka-chunk as it starts to move. This is open front, there's no like close or anything.
I put my hand in front of Vash. Oh.
And you just hear you hear these halflings really pulling up on this rope, and you can hear the cogs churning, and you literally see yourself go up all these levels. You can see other people sat, there's rooms, there's doors, but there's also people tables on these levels, and you go past the band as it goes up as well, and you can get to that floor. Emmet is walking up. What is River doing?
River's gonna walk up too because she feels really bad for those halflings.
Tart and Vesh are like, let's go.
That's just totally not meta. I'm avoiding a dexterity saving throw on every flight of stairs.
But before we go any further, we have reached 10 retweets. So we have Emmet 1, River 2, Vesh 3, and Tart 4. So let's roll that. 3.
Oh,
Cool. So could you please roll me a 1d100, please, Vesh?
100. 12. Low numbers.
Oh, wow, that is low. Let's have a look. Oh, okay. You get to the 3rd floor. You feel that ka-chunk as it stops, and you hear these boards slide underneath as these halflings start sliding these planks underneath the lift to seal it on there to let you step out.
Tart hops over.
Yeah, Tart, you can hop out, and on this level there are some people leaning over this balcony, they're having a drink, they're looking at the band below, they're looking at the dancers. You can see some of the doors, and Vesh, you can step out with ease as well.
Okay, which door?
Like the 3rd one down over there.
Great. Going to stride up to it.
You stride up to this door. It looks like a pretty normal door. It's standard like all the others. It's sort of painted like a faded red, and it's just got a number on it, a number 32.
Tart,
Yeah.
not that I've ever been concerned before, but just gonna ask. This is kind of a really nice place that has the not stairs getting around box, and when Emmet knocks down doors, usually all that's left is splinters and dead bodies. So just checking if you've got enough money to cover that if we have to pay for it.
Probably.
At
Emmet
that point,
knocks really hard.
Emmet and River walk up the stairs.
This is the door.
Yes, this is the door. Don't kick it.
And
You actually booted.
downstairs, you said we're kicking the door in.
I did, but I'm
Hold that
drunk.
to a warfare. Is this the door?
but Emmet
Yes.
follows Tart's orders, even if it's drunk Tart. On a 23, you boot this door in. It leaves the hinges. It's like it just disappears into this room, and the people sat on the balcony sort of jump and look back at you.
There was a spider on it.
Look down into their drink and can continue to look down at the dancers below.
It was a huge Australian spider.
Black Widow. And you can look into this room. there is now a door laying on the floor. It's
Sure.
not in bits, it's literally been taken off the hinges and taken
Oh,
part of the door
We
frame.
can
with it.
mend that.
There's chunks out the door frame. And you walk into this room, or as you look into this room, there are drapes everywhere. All over the ceilings, all over the walls. And it's much darker in this room. It's very much lit by crystals. A small circular table, a crystal ball in the center.
I think you were right, Vash.
I
And
told you it's very scary.
from where you are looking into the room, you just see a pair of very decorative boots up on this table.
See, nice boots. He doesn't come from the jungle.
Sorry, there was a spider on your door. We'll just be going now.
Oh no, please come in, Tart. It'll be nice to speak to you finally. This motherfucker's name is Nevi.
Nobody
I love
ever
him already. I love him already.
Nevi?
Mhm.
I'm gonna
Well-
remember this one.
Yeah, this is not Jawan.
Come on.
Technically, it's Nevitash, but you can call me Nevi.
Nevitash. Good name. Good name.
Well, we just saved you from an Australian spider, so you're welcome.
Yes, we do get some weird things coming from the jungle.
Mm-hmm.
Please come in, all of you.
Okay, so Nevi, I don't want to insult your decorative instincts, but it's very sinister in there.
Oh gosh, and you can see he steps up and comes to. He doesn't come near you, but he stands in the room, sensing that you're really awkward. And this guy has almost long, dark black hair tied into a thick braid. At the back, there's that neat moustache, and he has a white, billowing, over-the-top shirt on. It's unbuttoned fairly low, and he's got like this waistcoat on that is just laden in purples, reds. There's gold thread woven into it. He's got matching trousers and boots that go with it. He goes, "Oh, don't worry, it's for the tourists come in."
I thought you said he had a big scar on his face.
What scar?
Okay, maybe I was wrong about the scar, but see this mustache? Mustache, see? Scary mustache.
Yep, we all can see the mustache. It is right in front of us.
And
I
Vesh, as you say that, he gives you a wink and just like twirls the end of it.
See? Fancy people are scary.
I do that all the time. I mean, without the mustache.
Do you know, Navi? Do you know Tart's mom?
I know of her. I don't know her personally. No.
See, scary people all know each other too. Fancy
I'm going to walk in
all know
over.
each other, and they all are scary.
I take it as a
They're
compliment.
fancy boots. See, look
Okay.
at your shoe. See,
Yeah.
normal people wear sore boots.
Do they-
Tyron is like coming in behind you, just sort of like where you've left him. He's coming up the stairs,
Oh, hi, Tyron.
poking his head in, just like, what are we doing?
We're going to say hi to this man. His name is Nevi. I'm very good at remembering names. Tart walks in, like on top of the door.
Yeah,
Just go
you just hear like doof, doof as you walk over it. He's like, there was a chair there. But...
When Matt walks in, he'll pick up the door and like attempt to place it back.
It just sort of, you can like prop it up. It doesn't actually fit, but you can definitely prop it up.
Thanks,
against
Matt.
its, room. And he looks at you and he's like, is there a reason you booted my door in?
Again, we saved you from an Australian spider.
Oh, I know that.
That's
know
why.
From the spider, but where is it?
You know, they're pretty quick, you know, so it might have skittered away.
Matt looks at the bottom of his foot. Remember Spider?
I have minor illusion. Wait.
Is it your new spider? Is it your new spider friend?
I'm going to try and like, as Amet lifts up his boot, I'm under him. I'm gonna like put a squashed spider, and I'm gonna try to like cover it, the somatic components by doing like this.
And he looks at it and looks at you. Then, yes,
There it is.
I'm a spider.
I saved your life. You probably owe us now, but I won't call on that debt.
Would anyone like tea?
Are you
Wait,
going to?
Art, am I allowed to drink things with this guy, or should we not drink his stuff or eat his food or do anything that he gives us because it could be something that would be bad? Or is this
Are
what
you saying this out loud or in my head?
I'm saying this out loud.
Either way, he'd know what you were saying. You don't have to drink it. Like, he takes this very sort of ornate, like, cast iron carved teapot and starts pouring himself this tea into this glass, sitting back in his chair and drinking it. And thank you for that subscription.
I'll have some. I'll have some.
I'm sure it's fine.
Yes, fine. And he just sort of starts pouring some glasses and looks to him, Matt, and I'm guessing you don't drink.
Nope, I don't drink.
No, that's fine. And you? And he looks over at Tyron, who's eyeing him rather cautiously and stood in the corner of the room. He's like, I'm going to pour you a glass. I know you won't drink it, but I'm a polite person. So if you want it, it's there. And this man sits there. He smells so strongly of perfume. It's outrageous. Like, if anything, you can feel your nose, like, burning into you, particularly you, River.
Well,
Who was the perfume? Joanne was the perfume person, right?
Yes,
There was
but
another
this-
perfume person, right?
This is
Different perfume. Okay.
It's a different perfume. This malt is almost like you can see incense burning in the room. You can see loads of weird things in this room. There's like clocks, like pocket watches type things hanging from the ceiling, crystals, lights. And Vesh, as you're walking around, thank you for the trinket, you knock your head against something. You see like this small little doll with lots of pins in it, in the arms and in the legs, crosses for eyes, mouth stitched up. It's like, oh, don't mind that, that's just Freddy.
Wait, you have a Freddy as well?
Yes.
He brings out his
It's like,
little.
oh,
This
oh
is
no,
Frederick.
I named this one after my brother.
Oh. Okay. That's nice. So you always have your brother close by.
Oh,
Mm.
yes.
Vesh.
You can
Does
have
that-
him if you want.
Oh, can I?
Of course you can.
Vesh, don't touch that.
Then Freddie can have a. Freddie can have a.
No,
Freddie and Frederick.
no,
It was meant to be.
no. Alice, does this thing like look like genuinely magical at all?
You're,
Vesh
well,
has
could you
taken
do
it
an
at this point.
investigation check for me, please?
Cool.
Frederick's always lonely. It would be nice to
Well.
have a friend.
On a 12, you're not sure. But you're looking around at everything else in the room and they look like they're almost for show. But you're
Okay.
unsure on this.
Okay, cool. Vash, don't touch that.
It's already in his pocket.
Oh no!
Now, you've come here looking for the temples of Zendrick, have you not?
Oh boy. Who's been talking? Who did it this time? Who did it?
We just
Well-
got here.
We all kind of did it. Never mind.
Oh, no, don't blame each other. Someone came before you and asked.
Who?
What you talking about, Navi?
What you talk about, Navi? Well, a gentleman, a traveler, you may call him, that's what he called himself, just asking about a group of people by the name of Inet, Blue, Besh, Todd, River. There's a lot of people. He didn't mention anything about him, and sort of points over to Tyron, who's just like crossing his arms and scowling at this guy, where Nevi just like waves at him briefly. Well, technically, he said there was, another Kalash star. There was a shifter, 2 Warforged, and the Changeling. And I feel you all fit that description rather well, don't you?
So
They said you're more talkative than this.
we
Especially
usually are.
might be.
Okay, so did you want to talk to us about something?
I don't know. You want to talk about something? He just told me you'd be coming. He had questions. I assume you'd have the same ones.
I mean,
what were his questions?
Yeah, what were his good question, Matt?
Well, where they were, the best routes, the standards. Most people come to me for their fortunes before they head into the darkness that is the jungle. I wasn't ready for so many questions.
Do you have those answers?
Yes, of course I do. I stay here. I basically live here. I speak to travelers. I haven't been that far into the jungle, but I know things.
So if we wanted to know like how many different temples there were, you would know that.
Not necessarily. The jungle has many temples. There's many ruins, there's many temples, there's many skeletons in the jungle, which you will come across, but the one you're looking for, that one I can't tell you exactly where it is, but I can tell you a starting point. And this is exactly what this one wanted to know.
Okay.
You can take your ship, that thing you have outside. And again, you hear like a grunt from Tyron over in the corner. Yes, that thing you have outside. You can take it as far south as you can. You take it to where the waters reach the sky. Basically, you're looking for a big-ass waterfall. This waterfall does not finish in the pool. It goes underground. That's where you want to start looking. This is what I told him. It's what I tell you. He was a bit rude. He made a few threats, but it was fine.
Did he, how long ago was he here?
Let's have a think. I would say about a week ago. Maybe 2. But he was one man. You are more than that.
Did he give you anything? Like a present or anything like that?
Oh gosh, no. I mean, he tried. He wanted to give me lots of things, but I don't take that.
Huh.
If I see something I want, I will have it. I don't take bargains with weird trinkets that you sell as souvenirs.
Well, that's good. Okay.
How did he know about us?
I don't know. I assumed you knew him.
Kind of. I don't think we formally met. He sounds like kind of a dick.
He was rude. Very badly dressed. But I get a lot of that. People don't always appreciate, and he sort of like touches his waistcoat and like brushes it slightly. People don't always appreciate the finer things.
Okay. Did he ask anything else?
He asked how far away you were. He assumed I was a real fortune teller. I read minds, I don't tell fortunes.
Ah. Mm-hmm.
You read minds.
Yes. So does your friend here? And looks over at Vesh.
Well, only sort of, kind of, a little bit. Okay, kind of, yeah.
clever boy. But that is all I can tell you. He was not a nice man. He was poorly dressed. He was rude, and he asked me a few questions, and then he left.
Could you read his mind?
It was foggy, but I saw something. I'm not too sure what it was. A dark place. I don't really know.
Were there spiders there?
I don't know. You seem to be the spider expert.
Yes, I am. That one over there, very dangerous. You are quite welcome. Probably spiders there.
But Rivers is friendly.
River
Yeah.
has a spider?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. That one is fine.
Of course. Well, if you would like more tea, I am happy to have the company. If not, I will be ordering my dinner soon.
Can you tell my fortune?
He just told you he wasn't the fortune teller, Vash.
I mean, I could try. I don't know.
He might be telling the truth about that. He's a really fortune teller.
No, he said he
Look at all
literally
this.
told
He's
us
got like trinkets and crystal balls and curtains. I think he's fooling you.
He sat there like with the biggest smile on his face, like leaning over on the table.
Vesh in his mind will talk to Navi and go, I just love doing this to drive her crazy.
And he like in like your head you hear, oh, I know.
Well, fine, you do that. I'm going to go talk to the name of the guy with the ship.
Ivan.
Ivan. I'm going to go talk to Ivan because we need to get them move on.
Right after I get my fortune done.
Yeah, and Nevi just pulls like the chair out for Vesh to sit down. And over the top just starts doing these things and then holds his hands out to you.
Art puts her hand on her hips and twirls around.
Look at her. It's a Kalishtar thing. You wouldn't understand.
Wouldn't understand. And he sort of has that big, broad grin on his face. And Tyron hurries out after Tart, almost just like trying to show his distaste of the whole thing. And what is River and Ahmed doing at this point?
Emet is gonna watch this.
What about River?
River's, she's just like,
I'll give River a wink once Tart has stormed out.
so in that case, River's trying not to laugh. Just like, oh, we're going to have our fortunes told. Okay.
And Tart, you can go downstairs. You have Tyron close by. You can see Ivan. He's now sat at this table with one of the dwarfs that had the Warforged, and they seem to be playing cards. You can see some money being exchanged, like, or in the center. And you see Blue, who is stood just behind Ivan, just watching intently. And Tyron's like, I didn't like him.
I mean, there's a certain appeal there, but also,
What
yeah.
What sort of appeal?
Never mind.
Okay. And he just sort of tries to walk a little bit faster and goes and sits down at the table where Ivan is and plonks himself down and looks a little bit red in the face.
Ivan.
Hello, my dear. What are we up to? Have fun up there, did we?
So much fun.
Tyron certainly looks like he did. Didn't you, Tyron? Like, and he just sort of was that grin. Tyron's just like hand over his face, like, can we just play cards, please?
No, we can't play cards. We have to go.
Okay, fine. And Ivan sat there with like this pipe in his mouth, like, oh, we're going like now.
Yeah, we're going to the south.
The south.
Yep.
Okay, might need more direction in future, but that's fine.
And we're looking for a big ass waterfall.
A big ass waterfall. Yeah, there's plenty of those. I'm sure we can check those out. And Ivan sort of stands up, still brushing himself off. Tyron stands up too. We're back in this room. with this Kalishtar, who is now just chuckling to himself as Tart has left the room. He's like, so, why are you going to this place? Why is she so mad? You are muted, dear boy.
She's a little high strung, and we're kind of loud and noisy. She's very sneaky. She's from the House of Shadows, and so she's very sneaky and very. She's usually very sneaky, and we're not. And so it drives her a little bit crazy. And so if you just kind of lean into it, she'll forgive you when you do it by accident.
Emmett groans audibly as Vesh is saying. He's just like, don't say those things around her.
Well, I don't say them around her. She'd kill me. Like, she probably would kill me.
Like, and he pulls
She
his
has a
brain.
gun now. She has two.
Like, he pulls his long, like, plait out and he's, like, twirling the end of it in his fingers. I don't think she's highly strung. I think she's feisty. Probably is more the word for it. And a little bit drunk. I did smell some alcohol.
Well, that's kind of... He looks at his watch. What time is it?
And you're sort of like,
It's afternoon.
It's
That's
afternoon, it's loud. I've had a drink myself. Maybe not as much as that. But I
I've
have
had a
had
little too much sugar, so...
Oh, I bet you have. Like, he sort of looks...
They kept bringing sarsaparillas. They just didn't stop, and so I kept drinking them, and now I kind of have a buzz.
Aren't they good? They are delicious.
Really good.
I've never had better. And I mean you. And he looks over at Matt. It must be terrible not to be able to eat. Like, enjoy the delights of those sort of wondrous things.
It's amazing. I waste no time. No money.
And he looks at you, oh, poor thing. Like, and sort of taps you just on the arm slightly. And River, could you... Sorry, go on, Vesh.
No, go ahead. Go ahead with Riven.
River, could you make me a perception check, please? Okay, on a 10. You just smell incense.
Vesh will be like, well, one thing that Emmett has needed, because it's kind of new, and I'm not sure, you've got a fancy mustache that you keep. Do you have anything that he could use for his new beard?
Oh,
I
I
mean, it's kinda mossy,
do.
But I think it is the same type of stuff.
Well, I have
right?
something you could try, but maybe more gardening. Hang on, hang on. And he sort of moves over to one of the many drawers and starts pulling through all of them and takes out like this ointment. He's like, this is beard oil. It makes it shiny. I don't know if it will work for you. And I think there's something living in there, but it's just as long as you're aware.
He gets really excited because that's the reason why he stayed in the room.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to steal your scene.
So he gets really excited by this, but kind of sort of tries to hide it and is like, thank you.
Just run a comb. Have you got a comb? You've got a comb, right? Oh my
Yeah.
god, you don't have a comb, do you? And he sort of goes back over to the drawer and starts that. Every morning before you wake up, give it a little bit of a comb, put on the beard oil, another comb, and then just watch it before you go. And I clean those. And, like, he's talking about some of the flowers and like the moss that's like coming out of your beard. He's like, I don't know if that's the image you're going for, and it's very nice.
Oh, Emmett has a mirror now too.
You have a mirror now.
He hasn't used yet. Okay.
And he's like, I mean, I've got a mirror for you if you want to. You can have a look now. I mean, I've got all the time in the world. I haven't got clients for another hour and a half yet.
Show me? Yes, please.
Yes, and he reaches up to one of the things and just pulls down this mirror. He's like, I just like to make sure I look my best every now and then. So that's why I have it handy. And he sort of walks around like behind you and in front of you. He's like, if you just see if you just do this, and he starts like sort of smoothing out your beard, and Vesh and River, you'll see like Emet's beard start to take a very shiny sort of form and very neat. Like there's nothing, like there's no wiriness of it at all.
Looking pretty slick there, Emma.
Emet kind of like shifts from foot to foot. Not sure how to take a compliment about his appearance, since it's never been something that he's really considered until now. That he's got a beard, he's like, looks good, thank you.
Oh, it looks fantastic. But like I said, every day you'll be fine. You'll be absolutely fine.
Every day.
Every day. And look after it at night. If you can get one of those net things, that works as well.
Net thing.
A net thing. You can hook it. You don't have ears. Do you have ears? You just like carry them around and put them. No, okay. I'm sure there is a Warforged one out there somewhere. Get some sort of shower cap or something. Put it on your beard. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem at all.
So I got a quick question.
Yes, of course, my boy. What is it you want to know?
Well, hopefully when all of this adventure is done, I'll get to settle down somewhere, and it might be like somewhere close by or here or somewhere else.
Yes.
How do you do your tricks so I can...
Oh, that's easy. Most of the time people come in here, they have ready-made questions, and they know the answer they want to hear. You just tell them that.
Ah, okay.
You read it in their head as they do it, you tell them that. Love it. It's absolutely fantastic. I mean, I could do it on Apprentice at some point if you want to give it to go, but then you will have to go to another tavern. Because this is mine.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. I wonder if there's another tavern that doesn't have stairs.
You want to find one made by halflings. They're very convenient and very good at comfort, as it were.
I'll remember that. So I look to River. Is there anything I should be protecting River from out in the jungle that's really scary?
I haven't been out deep into the jungle, but apparently spiders.
Oh.
Okay.
Snakes? Do you like snakes?
Mhm.
Oh, I like snakes.
Oh, well, then you'll be fine.
Okay.
And big
Okay.
cats. Are you okay with cats?
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Then
They're
you'll
nice
be
and cute. You pet them and they hold them in your lap.
I don't think the jungle cats are little tiny cats.
I don't understand.
You're still scratching behind the ear, they purr. They're fine. Just don't go near the bitey end.
The ear's kind of very uncomfortably close to the bitey end.
Don't approach it like that. I mean, like, approach from the side. Or don't approach at all. I'm talking like, if you have to.
Okay.
River's still contemplating how Annette got a beard, so she never thought about it until now.
Well, thanks, Debbie.
No problem at all. And you can see himself just pour himself another tea. Boots go back up on the table. Safe journey. Don't piss off anyone, I wouldn't. And he sort of chuckles to himself and starts drinking his tea again.
I'm gonna whisper to Vesh. I have a feeling he pisses off a lot of people.
Yeah, I bet he does. It's the boots.
And the mustache.
Yeah.
And as you say that, he sits there and starts like twirling the end of it. Good luck. I hope to see you on the way back.
Thanks for Freddy.
Oh, no problem. You go look after him now. And if it helps, like once a month, just stick another pin in there.
Oh, okay. Like a game.
Oh, it's a good game. Now,
Bye.
as you stand up there, some of the candles in the room flicker. To sort that draft out. as you leave the room.
Too bad Tart left.
Emmett walks out and kind of points to the door. So, sorry about that.
Oh,
you.
it's fine. I'll sort it later.
Yeah, can I try to do some mending to make it a little bit better, or is it just beyond repair?
It was pretty like taken off the hinges. You could prop it up and sort of like not fix it to it, but really jam it in the hole that it was in and open it. Like,
We'll let the gnomes know. Put it on Tart's tab. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Lauren. I don't know why I'm poking you so much tonight. It's been a long day at work. I'm so sorry. Boink, 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 boink.
and
It's okay. I'm just gonna take it out on Alice later.
yeah, exactly. So I know it's gonna happen. But yeah, you can leave this room. And are you going back down by the lift, or who's going by the stairs? Who's going by the lift?
If Vesh can, he's going to take the lift.
Yeah.
Emmett takes the stairs.
Okay,
River-
so
River
the
takes the
stairs and River. Emmett and River start heading down the stairs. And Vesh, as the halflings are moving the planks out the way, ready to lower the elevator down, can you make another perception check for me, please?
Okay. Perception. 16.
Ooh. On a 16, you hear Nevi's voice. Not in your head, like out loud.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, I wasn't aware I had any clients for another hour and a half yet. Excuse me. Excuse me. Like, and you can hear him
It's so bad.
really trying to talk to this person.
Oh, there. Oh, Vesh, why? You know Vesh goes back. You know he does. Vesh goes back to go check on Nevi.
You walk towards the door that's been like propped up.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to make a dex save, please.
12?
On a 12? That's
At
pretty
least
good.
it's not the -1.
Quick question. Can people hear music? Because I can't. It's-
Yes, I
I
hear it.
can,
Sounds good.
Okay. And Nevi comes crashing through the door, full blast, crashing into Vesh and falling towards the balcony. I'm now going to make a dex save, and I need you to make another one. Please,
Okay.
Vesh. 16.
For Vesh, that's double natural 18s.
On an 11, Nevi also, you sort of see him start to tumble over the edge of this balcony as this table, he's basically been thrown through this door and crashed into you. You've managed to catch yourself on the balcony, but you can see Nevi starting to fall.
Can I grab him? Can I grab him?
Yeah, roll me a strength.
Strength or athletics?
Athletics, sorry.
16.
Yeah. 16, you reach out and you grab him by this waistcoat, and he's like, like as he's sort of, you can
Careful!
literally, you hear all sorts of profanities radiating in your head right now as he's sort of screaming into this, and you look back at the room and you see these shadows stood there, these cloaked shadows, and as you pull Nevi back, he grabs you by your toe and goes, boy, we're going to run now, and he starts dragging you along one of these balconies.
Okay. Yeah, I'll run with Navi.
Now,
Navi.
this was a crash and a bang. And Tart, as you're stood by this table with Ivan and Tyron, you see a table come crashing over the balcony, and it slams on the table, sending this coin and these cards everywhere. Emmett and River, you will have also heard this.
So, sorry, can you say that again? He just landed? Like,
The door did. The door came tumbling over and crashed straight down onto the table. As you look up, you can see Nevi dragging Vesh away from a shadow, a strange hooded figure that steps out of Nevi's room.
Oh, good.
You met? I'm gonna say it was probably partway down the stairs when this crash happened.
Yeah.
And they will turn and run back up the stairs.
Yeah, you can run. You can start running back upstairs. What is River doing? Is River doing the same?
Same thing, yeah.
Okay. I need you all to roll initiative for me as Emmet and River. As you turn to run back, it's like it appears out of nowhere. This other shadow just.
Ooh, look at Ashley hitting it.
Killing it. Oh my god.
Oh,
That's like that happens a lot.
You're too drunk still.
Yeah. Do I have 2 rerolls?
I think you have a reroll, yeah. If you want to use it, you can go.
Yeah, it looks like you've got 2 rerolls.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and use 1.
Mhm.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna roll it manually because that actually happens in my initiative a lot. That's better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, Emmet, as you stand there, as you start to run back up the stairs with River, it's like this shadow just sort of emerges out of nowhere and stands in front of you. What do? You can hear Vesh. I don't know, is Vesh yelling at the top of this?
A quick question. Are these shadowy figures or are they like incorporeal shadows?
There, if anything, it's more like you're looking at a cloak that's moving. You cannot see a face under it. Okay, but it's solid. It's solid. It is solid.
Okay.
This isn't something you punch through. You can see a physical sort of solid shape. And you can hear Nevi just running and he's dragging you.
Yeah. Something's coming after us, guys.
Yep. I told you don't piss off who I wouldn't. And he just keeps dragging you down towards the stairs as 3 more step out of the doors in the balcony.
So Emmet was running towards the direction of Vesh.
Mhm.
And when this figure steps out, that's when he kind of stops, squares up his shoulders to it. It's like, and you are.
And there is no sound at all from this creature.
Do it.
He hasn't done anything yet.
Come on.
I will pull out my hammer, but I'm not going to use it yet.
As you pull out your hammer, it's like the face, like the hole in the cloak where the face would be, starts to stretch down low, and you hear this horrific scream erupt from this thing. Would you like to hold your action?
So that roll didn't cause any sort of pain or anything?
No, it's just probably it hurt. If anything, River, you might be really sensitive to this scream, and Vesh and Tart. You can see a lot of the halflings and other sort of patrons of this like clamp their hands over their ears and start to panic and dash in different directions. Blue has stopped and turned, and you can see him with an empty tray.
Okay. If everyone's reacting like that. Yeah, Emmet will hit them with the hammer.
Make an attack roll for me, please. Yeah, 17. Roll damage for me, please. 12. Okay. On a 12, you come crashing into this creature, and it's almost like it ragdolls at the side. And as it ragdolls at the side, you can hear it. Its wail cuts out and becomes more of a pathetic wail than anything else. It's like you've knocked the wind out of it. And as it crashes to the side, you hear a crack of bones. And it stops. And then with more cracking and twisting, you see it pull itself back in to shape and readjust itself. It is Tart's turn.
Yay. So I'm still like on the table downstairs, but I can see Emmett.
You can see everything. You can see the panic in the thing. Ivan has yelled to you. He's just like, I'm getting the ship ready. And he dashes outside.
Cool. Is there just one?
No, there is one by Emmett and River. There is one in particular chasing Vesh and Navi. And there are 3 more emerging on the top level.
Cool. What's the biggest group I could get?
Group-wise, there are 2 up on the higher level. One of them has seen River and Emmett and started making their way to the other one, but there are 2 very close together.
Mm-hmm.
They would be on just the level above Vesh and Navi, but you can see them looking down at them as they
Okay. Oh, okay. So, and they look like we can't see features of them.
You can't see any features.
Okay. I think, how far apart are all of them? I'm trying to decide which way to go.
So up on the 4th level, there's 2 looking down at Navi and Vesh, who are on the 3rd level.
Oh, okay.
Who have 1 chasing after them. And then you can see Emmett halfway up the stairs with River confronting one, and there is one running along that level to get to them.
Okay. So it seems like they're not too spread out. So I think what I'm gonna do is, okay, friends, close your eyes real quick and pop out the parasol and start turning it and summoning my hypnotic pattern kind of in the middle of the ceiling.
Yep.
And letting that go off.
Okay, what is the DC?
So that's going to be a wisdom save 16.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, if I could type it, it'd be even better. So, the top 2 on the top level, 19. 3. One of them is out. The one chasing Navi and Vesh on a 2. And the 2 headed towards Emmett. God, they are bad at this.
Yay!
All of them but one stands hypnotized.
Cool.
One of them, the one that you see that doesn't get hypnotized, stops and turns its face to you. And it takes a running jump off of the balcony and crashes and lands just before you.
Oh, cool. I'm going to inspire with my bonus action. I inspire people sometimes with my dazzling light show. I think I'll go ahead and inspire Vesh.
Yep, it is Vesh's turn.
Yay!
Like, Navi is grabbing you and just like, come on, we need to go now.
So the one is frozen in front of me.
There's only one that is moving right now, and that is the one by Tart.
Yeah.
Right.
And we've done this before, where y'all will know they're frozen for a minute unless you hit them.
I'm trying to remember whether I was in the room either time, though.
You were in the room
I was
where
outside the room the very first time. I can't remember if I was in the room the second time.
we did it once outside the tower. You were definitely with us when we snuck into the library.
Yes, you're right. I was outside then. So, yeah, in that case, because Vesh thinks that these are Dalkior, he is going to go ahead and use his bonus action to summon his Shadow Blade, just in case, because he thinks that psychic damage is the way to go. But if Nevi is pulling on me, I'm going to go ahead and just run, since this one is frozen by us with him. I mean, I assume we're heading for another set of stairs.
Yeah, there's stairs down. You can see Emmet on like the second staircase down. Nevi is running, and the one he looks like, you can both look down and see Tart at where this creature, because you literally see this almost like the shadow pass by you as it jumps down these levels and crashes on the table before Tart. And Nevi lets out a whistle, and as he does, out of the room, an eagle comes shooting across and just starts to dive down towards this creature and starts attacking it. It's not really doing anything, it's more like it's distracting it as Nevi drags him and keeps going. It is Kim's turn. River.
Okay, so these things, I'm going to, I guess, shoot it with my bow. I don't really know what they are, so I'm just like, okay, well, let's do
Which
this.
one are you aiming for?
The one that's actually moving and going for Tart.
Yeah, roll for it.
Am I too far from that one?
No, you can definitely hit it.
Okay, so that's the one, because the other ones are stationaries, right?
Yes, they're all completely out of it.
All right.
Yep, 18, that's a hit. 8.
Oh, I should have used Hunter's Mark. Duh. Oh well.
It's Blue's turn. Blue, seeing everything, starts to run towards Tart. And on an 11, he misses as he swings wildly with this like silver tray that he's just sort of got out of nowhere. But he's also thrown off as this eagle comes down. It is now Emmet's turn again.
All right, seeing that the two that are closest to him are stunned and there's one heading for Tart, Emmet will jump the balcony railing.
Roll an athletics check because I want to see how you land.
Hero landing, hero landing, hero landing.
I don't know, I've been rolling too good. This is going to be scary.
Yeah, roll. Describe it for me. Describe how you're landing.
So let's see. So when Emmet jumps the balcony, he lands on that same table where the door landed, where that creature is, but right behind it. So when he lands on the debris, wood goes flying, and then he just kind of stands up tall right behind it.
Yeah, what do you do?
And then he attacks it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, 18, yes, roll for me.
Alright, let's see. I'm still learning roll 20, so...
So you only have to click on the Warhammer bit, and then it should do it.
In the chat window, if you press Warhammer, it'll roll your damage for you, because roll 20 rules.
There we go. Nice.
What?
Yeah, you... Tart, just before your eyes, you've literally had this eagle swoop down and try and attack this creature's face. It's trying to swipe away, and then out of nowhere, you actually feel the ground judder as Emmet lands behind. Describe to me how you kill this one, Emmet.
So yeah, he jumps down, stands up, and it's not a two-handed swing, because he can just... And then just comes down flat, right down on like one of its shoulders. Makes it fall right at his feet.
Yeah, you hear a crunch if you're there, and it crunches down. It's almost like you just push it into the floor on this, and it judders for a second, and you hear that clicking as it's very staticky. Its arms and all of its limbs start moving as if it's trying to crawl away, and then it stops and it falls, and the cloak just falls empty on the floor.
Matt, that was so cool. We only have like math 48 seconds before the others start moving.
Run or fight.
Run.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, it's
Running?
Heart's going to start heading after where Ivan went, dragging Kyron along with her.
Yeah. Yeah, Tyron, who was ready, but at the same time sort of now stood there like mouth has dropped open, just seeing what.
Come with me if you want to live.
And he's just like grabs your arm as quickly as possible so you can drag him out. Nevi is dragging you, Vesh, as he whistles again, and this eagle comes back and lands on his shoulder. What would you like to do?
So, how I envision this is like one of these hotels that sort of has an indoor atrium and sort of like, the balconies. So do I now have two of these things lined up straight down the hallway? The first one that Emmett hit, and then the one that was chasing us,
The
both
one that was
thrown
chasing you, they're like
basically
inside.
straight in a line down the hallway from where I'm standing.
Yes.
Vesh calls home. Phones Vesh looks at Navi and just goes, tired of running, and turns around and looks straight down the hallway and says, leave us alone. And he casts for the first time lightning bolt straight down the hallway.
Roll for me, please.
I am going to use my channel divinity, which maximizes the lightning damage. They need to roll me a dexterity saving throw, the two of them.
Okay, let's do that. First one. No. Second one. 5. Yeah, you destroy both of them. Describe this for me. As you hear Nevi just like, what the, but like as you turn around and do this, and this eagle starts squawking and flapping right behind you.
So you see again sort of Vesh, his hair starts become staticky, his eyes start becoming these sort of bolts of lightning, and then as he lets this go, it just goes racing down the hallway, this huge line of lightning that just crackles down through it, and Vesh is just like, just leave us alone, and then turns to run.
He's like, okay, kid, you did a good job. Like, he touches you briefly, but static. And he's like, okay, kid, you did a good job. We need to go now. And he just starts tearing off. Is River and Emmett running? Because I know Blue is running after Tart.
Yeah, Emmett would have followed when Tart grabbed Tyron.
Yeah, River's still up from everybody else, right? She's not with everybody.
She was by Emmett, so you could have moved down the stairs in the time that he jumped down.
Okay. Yeah.
And
So-
Vesh is behind you, so Vesh is up a level.
Okay. Yeah, River's running as well.
There are people flooding out of this tavern. Halflings are running. There's the dwarves you saw earlier in there, but you can see they're actually being carried by this big warforged they have with them, who's just like pushing them out of this door. And you see people running to their ships. Some people just flooding into the jungle. And you can see Ivan there. He's physically got his knife out and he's cutting the ropes where it's going. He's like, come on, as he beckons to you all.
Yep. Tart's just booking it with Tyron.
Yeah. Tyron is more being dragged than anything.
Emmett will get to the door and then wait for River and Vesh to get out.
Yeah, River, you can pass out. You see Nevi sort of squeezes past you and is like, thank you. Like, as he sort of tips and like that, and then just quickly squeezes past. And Vesh, you can come out as well. And if any of you look back, are any of you looking back?
Vesh is looking back because he was going to take a pot shot at another one because I got 100-foot range with this.
Yeah,
Because Vesh is tired of, after being to the Dreaming Dark and seeing what they were doing and meeting his mom and meeting his giant, he's got a little bit of backup right now.
You turn back and look, and Emet, if you're stopping with Vesh to make sure he gets out, you both look, and you see the ones that were hypnotized. There's like 2 left after the Vesh has destroyed them. You see them relax as if they fall out of this hypnotized state, and then you hear boof, boof, boof as all the doors start to open in this tavern, and more start to step out of each room.
That's our cue to go. Come on,
Everybody!
Blinks.
And you can see some people outside stood there. You can see a lot of halflings with like spears and small swords and daggers that are stood by the entrance ready for anything that comes out. And you can run to the ship as they're telling you to leave to get on. And Ivan's like, come on! And he's holding a hand down as the ship hovers a little bit. He holds a hand out and he can pull you up very easily, Tart, along with Tyrum. And also, Nevi comes out, I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to come along as well, as he sort of pulls himself and says, I don't really want to be left here right now. You can drop me off later, but not now. And he climbs on board. Blue close behind. And this ship starts to hover.
Alice,
Yes.
question.
Yes.
Does Nevi look genuinely scared?
He looks nervous as hell. You think that he is mostly show. He's mostly show for his things, and he looks terrified.
Good.
I can tell you that for free because I'm surprised he's not crying.
Great.
Do these things look like they've got any kind of weapon, any kind of ranged ability?
As you turn back and look, the balconies around the outside of the tavern, you see them stepping out onto these balconies. And because there's so many of them, you can hear a hum. The sounds, they're almost chanting, they're making their hands seem to lower all at the same time, almost mechanically. If you're looking at them, you can make a history check for me, please.
Okay. Oh, I think I know. Is it the same? Is it the ritual?
Okay, so Emet looks. And Emet, you've heard this chant before. You heard it in the Room of the Dark Six. And you see light start to appear in their hands.
Alice, does this look like it's got some kind of ritualistic component? Like if it were could it be interrupted, or?
They all seem to be doing something very individual, but just at the same time. It's not necessarily a ritual as such. I think they're going to attack.
Attack what?
Who knows?
There's a lot of ships around here trying to take off.
Yeah. How far away are we?
Well, Ivan, like the ship is now hovering slightly, like it will have to be pulling the others up. And you can see Tyron trying to rub up his hands again as he opens up the energy sort of panel. So we need to go now, like right now.
Do you need help or Tart? Fog? Do you want fog?
Fog.
So yeah, I will dump a level 4 fog cloud over top of, basically to try and encompass the whole tavern. It has 100. It's 100. If I put it in the center of the tavern, it would be 160 feet tall. So I mean, like a 16-story building. I mean, it at the 4th level, it basically should be at a cloud bank the entire thing. I don't want to block people escaping. Vesh would want to try to place it between. You know, it's an 80-foot.
I'd say you know how to control it by now. If anything, you could probably. This would definitely cover the entire tavern.
Yeah.
This would definitely do this. And you, for a moment, you see nothing on the tavern. It's a thick fog, a thick like smoke, this mist, and you can still hear the chanting, but you can't hear anything. Some of it sounds like it's been interrupted, like they're questioning what's going on. But Tyron just runs forward and he's like, "Kid, here now!" And he just opens his hands and slams his hands down on the panel.
Yeah. No, I was thinking I was doing it from in the ship, but either way.
Yeah, like literally, like he holds your hands and
Gotcha. Come help.
He's like pulling your hands and he slams your hands down on this panel, and he's like,
I
"Give it all
look
you
to
got."
I'm like, how much do you want?
I want to get out of here. And like you can see his own arms start to, like, this lightning starts to erupt around his arms, and you just feel this woof, this energy blast.
I throw my energy into it as well. I mean, whether it needs to be shocking grasp level or if it needs to be spell slot level, I got lots of lightning.
Whatever you want to do.
Bear
in mind, Tyron is helping as well. So
I'm a little freaked out.
Must go faster. Must go faster.
Must go faster. I think he's definitely doing that.
Yep.
So actually, what I'm going to do? Oh, this will be interesting. What I'm going to do is cast Witch Bolt, because it's a D12 of lightning and then a D12 of lightning every turn as just a bonus action. So it just keeps pumping in a D12 of lightning into it for the next minute.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely perfect.
Tart's going to kind of she's going to climb up. Is there like a mast, like a crow's nest?
Like you can see that the Ivan has pulled down that almost like honeycomb like sail, where you can see the lightning energy erupting up through it.
Okay, well maybe I shouldn't climb up there, but I'll climb up the netting.
Yeah.
And like I'm gonna keep an eye on the cloud covered place. Because I'm worried.
Yeah, as you get up there, you can see that this thing has been completely engulfed by this mist. But you can see other ships taking off. You can see some of the halflings that stay behind to try and save their inn. You can see arms reaching out of this mist and dragging them into this tavern.
I was gonna say Umet is kind of doing the same, not really climbing anywhere, but definitely like at one of the rail edges and watching intently just to see what happens.
Yeah, you can see all this as well. You can actually see Blue at the helm, where Ivan has fixed him to it because he's running around on the engines, basically giving them every single thing they've got. And you feel this ship just woof up. No taking off like at an angle, it's just going up. I need you all to make a dexterity save for me, please.
Oh.
You have inspiration, Vesh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll one for Tyron as well.
Oh, net 20.
Oh, yes. Okay, so first I'm rolling for Blue. Tyron, one for Ivan. Ivan is fine. Tart, you hold on to this thing, like you clamp your hands around like this effectively crow's nest. You can like tangle yourself in it. And on a 12 river also that also stays absolutely secure. However, Tart, from where you're stood at the crow's nest, you see Emet fall overboard.
Awesome.
I was leaning over the...
Yeah.
Awesome. Here
and
I come.
You also see Tyron, and Vesh, you will see this.
No.
Because he was with you at the panel. Tyron is thrown off to the side and also starts to tumble.
Is Vesh is closer to Tyron?
Oh yeah, Vesh was right next to Tyron, but you can see him shoot across the other side of the ship. But the master's at the center where the panels are.
Yep.
And it's been sent off to the other side.
You do yours, and I got a thing.
Okay, I swan dive off the side to Emet.
Yes.
And if I get to him, I'm going to do something else besides fall.
I am going to need you to roll an athletics or an acrobatics to see how quickly you get there whilst I try to find my cat from my wires.
Sure. 18.
18. Emet, as you fall, you're quite high up now. This ground is rushing towards you, and you spin in the air, and you see. Well, describe it to me, Tart, as you dive off this and dive towards Emet.
Oh, thank God. I was just double checking something.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
you just throw your face.
No, it's fine. I have a 4th level slot. I swan dive off and make my body very aerodynamic so I reach him faster. And as I put my arms around him, I'm like, don't worry, Matt, I've got you. And I cast fly on both of us.
That's amazing.
As you go past, you actually see Nevi and Tyron both lean over the edge, like, oh my god. Go. And you're high enough, and suddenly it's like you stop in midair, not far from the ground. And then you have full control.
Okay, let's go. Just think about going that way.
Okay.
This is going to be a weird sensation for you, Matt. I think this is the first time Tart saved your life. And you fly upwards back towards the ship. You can see the stunned look on Tyron's face. And you do think you hear Nevi go, oh, what the woman, as you sort of come up and land. And what is Vesh doing is Tyron is...
So Tyron's going over.
Tyron's flung over.
Right, because, that's the thing. Is he within 15 feet? Since he was right next to me, can I react before he gets 15 feet away from me?
Yeah, he didn't roll as low as... So if you roll me an athletics...
Well, it's actually, I'm casting a spell.
Oh, okay, go for it.
I'm going to use Lightning Lure. Since I'm already channeling Witchblade, I use the other arm and I use Lightning Lure that if he's in 15 feet of me, I'm going to go with he won't roll his saving throw. He'll go ahead and automatically save. It basically will grab him and pull him in to 5 feet within me. So basically it's a lash of lightning that goes out as though we were a whip and then yanks him back into me, almost like using a magnetic pulse.
Yeah, you can pull him straight back in. This light wraps around him, and you can see the shocked look on his face. The lightning's still static in his hands, and it pulls you straight back. And you can effectively hold on to him. If you do, it's like you're holding on to him. And he's just like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and just slams his hand back down on the panel. And there's another jolt as you fly upwards. What is River doing? As this chaos ensues around you.
Well, she was looking for a way to help, Nevi? Is it Nevi?
Yeah, Nevi fell, but he's on board, but he did lose his balance.
So she was on her way to try to help, but then, Vesh did his thing, and she's like, oh, okay.
What do I had Tyron.
Oh, no, yeah, Tyron.
Oh, Tyron. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
is Blue the 8?
I'm so confused.
No, Blue is fine.
Okay.
Blue is absolutely fine. He had the wheel to hold on to. He had Ivan behind him. Nevi stumbled, so you can grab hold of Nevi. And
okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah.
Hiram got thrown off the side, and Emet fell. But everyone has been saved. And
Okay,
you
so
shoot upwards, higher and higher. You just keep going up, and you hear Ivan yell, "It's enough! It's enough!" As Tyron pulls his hands off of the panel. And as you do, you break through the clouds and you're free. And you can look over this jungle before you.
I help guide Emet back onto the deck and land and curtsy.
Once Emet's feet are finally stable below him, he'll clap for Tart's curtsy. Thank you. That was a brilliant show.
Thank you. Huh, what the heck were those things?
that's what I was wondering. Have you ever seen them before? No.
I don't think so.
Oh.
They were all creaky, right?
Very.
Wonder what they were doing there.
It seemed like it maybe was a trap. I mean, there was lots. That took a lot to get that many there.
Maybe it was the person asking all the questions.
Maybe, yes, right? There were things going on with the traveler down in the same place as the Dark Six were, right?
Yeah. They
Yeah.
were trying to find vessels because they wanted to put one in Rush.
Mm-hmm. I think you're probably right.
Did they look the same as what we saw in the Dreaming Dark, Alice? Or
Not
did they
necessarily.
not
No,
really?
the other Dreaming Dark ones have more features. They had
Okay.
actual. You could identify the one that you've seen before.
Gotcha.
Huh. Oh. Oh, we should have a talk, everybody. I don't know if this is relevant, but no, maybe it's not. Were the people, the Dark Six or whatever we're looking for, specifically looking for Kalishtar, or Kalishtar didn't work?
They couldn't use Rush
Okay.
because he was a Kalishtar, said he couldn't be a vessel.
Right,
And
right, right.
I mean, I don't really want to put it to the test, but it seems as though they can't take over a Kalishtar because we're kind of
Full.
full.
Yeah.
There's only room for two. It's a hatchback.
Huh.
Listen, I have a hatchback. There's more room for two.
It's a sports car.
I have a Fiat and like 4 can fit in there, but they don't belong there. Okay. Huh. Okay. Well, I just thinking about the Rush, I feel like I should probably tell you something about the Dreaming Dark real quick.
What?
I think Rush is fine. Tarlan was protecting him, and Tarlan was in the Dreaming Dark.
Vesh's face just drops.
And I didn't want to tell you at the time because we had to get out of there. But I think he was protecting Rush, and that's how he got caught. And I think Rush is probably okay. He wasn't there. But it just made me think of when we found Rush.
Was a good call.
Mm-hmm. So the travelers here, maybe? That's
Yep.
cool.
Or the Dark Six. Which one or both?
Well, those I think were the culty guys, and we just kind of refer to them as the Dark Six.
But,
Right? That's accurate. It's both.
well, I'm trying to remember, but when Emmet punched the blind guy,
Yeah.
he didn't just turn into a cloak afterwards.
That is true. Maybe.
Oh, is this maybe the after? This is what they turned themselves into?
Perhaps. I wish I could have looked at that body, but we were kind of running.
Yeah, there was a lot of them.
And there were so many. I mean, maybe they weren't. I don't know. They maybe weren't fully here, or they have evolved in a way.
It's possible they are a trap for us.
Yeah. So, Besh rubs his head. So we've got the Dark Six, who are in league with the Traveler, And then we've got the Caniff family and a giant warforged. Blue, have you seen the giant warforged anymore?
And Blue, you can't, like, he doesn't really hear you. He's actually really enjoying himself over by the helm. And you can see Ivan giving him directions, like turn it more one way than the other. And he's just like, no, and keeps spinning.
Okay, well, maybe that's not a thing.
Oh, River, there's like kind of a cult that's like not really after us, but now I'm like, oh, maybe. Oh, connection. Demetrius, who we now know was possessed by Dalkior, had tie-ins with the Dark Six. Remember? He was at the library.
Where was it?
Yeah. He was.
Right,
He was. He preceded us there and told them that I was coming.
That's right. That's right.
So I wonder if they're all connected now somehow.
That would make sense.
Why are they after you? Or kind of after you? Or
We saved some people from them, and
Well.
we were pretty subtle that day. To be
Yes.
clear, that was a stealth mission. 10 out of 10
The most subtle.
that we've ever been ever.
I think they might be after me
Why you?
because I think I can open the
Right,
temple.
because of giant stuff.
Well, and he points to the shield.
Oh,
of
right. Okay. And also, maybe they found the vessel if someone around here is acting like the traveler.
Yeah. I mean, he does like to hop around.
Right. So maybe it's just a temporary one.
So if they get into somebody and get the shield,
Right.
they might not even need us anymore.
Right. But we have the shield. That's good. And we're going right there to meet them. Isn't that cool?
Is that cool?
No, it's not cool, but we have to go there because the door is cracked and we need to lock it again and keep them from opening it further
And we know how to lock it.
with the shield.
Well, it was a vision. It wasn't super clear. We know that Ogora or another giant closed the door with the shield.
Hmm.
The question is whether it's kind of open now, and that's how many are getting through, or we're just having ones that got left behind before who were already out
Organizing.
during the war that you were at, Emmet, who are now just mobilizing.
Right.
They've been in the shadows waiting. That's kind of the legends of the Dalkior among the Kalishtar.
So if the door is not cracked, then us going there just says, here's a shield. If you want
Yeah.
to open that.
I'm worried, is this not really a gingerbread house, but it's a crisis, you should go close the door.
And then the
Oh.
door's not closed.
The door's closed already, but oh, look, here's the key.
Right.
I don't
Okay.
know if there's any other, or it stays cracked open and these things chase us the rest of our lives.
No, I don't like that.
you guys live very complicated lives.
You're so right, River. That's the first time I think I've strung it together in a long time, and I'm like, there's a, we got
It's worse.
it gets worse. So why does the traveler want to open the door to the dreaming dark?
Hmm.
Is that the $1 million question, Alice? You smiled. I saw you. I
Well,
keep you in the corner of my screen to watch your
think the question might be, well, the traveler wants vessels.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, wait. The Dalkior want vessels.
And so does the traveler.
The Dark Six wants to give it to them.
Mm-hmm.
And then if the Dalkior and the traveler are working together, I mean, isn't that like bingo bongo? You've got thousands of new worshippers.
Sure, because if there's only a limited number of people left here that worship, if all the shadows.
All the other gods don't have any worshippers anymore.
Right.
They get weak, he gets strong.
And he takes over the world.
With his mustache, I'm sure it's an epic one.
I look at
Nevi.
Yeah.
Hey.
He doesn't know what you're saying, but he's just like,
Okay, so man, I wish we had like.
Also, don't forget about weird timey-wimey things.
Right.
What?
Remember the dream in dark? We were kind of in the past or something.
Wait,
You
what?
gasped, Jay, and I still.
But I wasn't, Vesh wasn't there.
I don't really know. Your mother said something about time being different there.
Yeah, Blue talked to her.
Hey,
Oh yeah, apparently Blue was there.
Blue was in the dreaming dark?
Yeah, he says he was. Cool Lance.
he's having the time of his life right now. I've been incredibly troubled, but Blue looks like he's having the time of his life.
Great.
What did Blue say?
Oh, time works differently. It's possible that someone caused the mist and Cyre ones.
So, I am really scared right now.
Yeah, do you have Frederick?
I do.
Okay, take him out.
I have Frederick.
Not Freddy.
Yeah, Frederick.
River's gonna go over and pat Vesh on the shoulder. That's okay, remember, we're gonna protect each other.
Oh, but he sort of looks at all of you. Remember a while back, and I was worried because I didn't know whether we were the good guys or the bad guys.
Uh-huh.
You guys are the good guys. But I'm the bad guy. The dreaming dark, it corrupts everything. I cast fog over the city of Cyre in the dreaming dark. It was me. I caused the mist all those years ago. And Matt, you said you'd seen it before. You said it looked the same.
Yes.
But what did the mist do? Was it just fog?
No, they corrupted it. Magic, cast in the dreaming dark, corrupted.
So if you just cast fog and somebody else corrupted it, that's not your fault.
But I did it. Sire, our whole everything is gone because of me.
No,
Vesh.
you're
that's
not the
a
bad
fallacy.
guy.
River's right.
But I'm the reason.
Now, if somebody corrupts what you do, it's not your fault.
They would have found a different way.
Mm-hmm.
But they found
They're just trying to make you doubt yourself.
They found me. They knew I'd be scared. They knew I would try to run and stop them. So I did what I always do. I cast a cloud so that no one could see, so that they would stop. They knew exactly what to do.
So, are they coming out of Cyre then?
It must mean there is some sort of connection, some sort of opening.
Right, and it's not.
If you will remember, the mother said, you do in the dreaming dark can affect the real world.
Right.
But there's no time scale. So you never know when it's going to affect it.
Well, it did not affect Demetrius, because I killed him twice.
So how do we undo it?
It's a good question. Can we?
If we if we went back into the dreaming dark and the cloud is still there, I could get rid of it. That's crazy, but I said it.
It's possible Blue entered the dreaming dark, and this reality's timeline before us, but was there with us. So it's possible that if we were to go back in, we could go back in at the same time that our other selves would be there.
And if there's no fog cloud,
We save Cyre?
Well,
I think so.
or postpone it.
Do something.
My head hurts.
But
Yeah, but I just got really excited too.
No, I kind of did too, because I feel like I killed off all of my people. But let's keep going with crazy, because
Right?
Lord knows we're crazy.
Yep. Positive thinking, positive thinking. So
What happens in the dreaming dark can affect the real world.
yes.
So,
No telling when.
right. But if we can get there when the fog is still there.
Well, it
before
is still there.
the real world.
It is still there. It's moving.
It is. It's there now. It's yes.
Yeah. Oh, someone come possess me. Damn it.
So
You had
So
your
instead of-
chance.
So instead of so if the shadows that are out, so let's go with the theory that the door's not cracked, that they
Right.
were playing us because
Yeah,
he's
fuck
a
the
jerk.
jungle.
He's
Yeah.
a jerk.
Yeah.
If the shadows that are out are the people who got affected by the mist that I cast, like all those crazy things that were in the inn, are like the citizens of Cyre, vessels or whatever's. We go back into the dreaming dark. You get rid of the fog, or I blow it away, because I can do that too, or maybe we work together. Then Sharn is still okay.
Maybe even Cyre.
what does Cool Kenneth have to do with all this?
Fuck. Oh! Is it Cole Kenneth?
Cole
Yeah,
Kenneth.
Vessel.
he
With
Oh.
this giant warforged.
I looked to not was he with a war were they was the guy who came and talked to you with a warforged?
I'm sorry, what? Like, and you
Come
see,
here.
oh my God, sorry.
Come here, Nevi.
He actually looks like okay. Like he looks slightly less confident for once. He says, "Yes, how can I help, my lady?"
Was the person with you? Did they have a warforged with them?
Most well-to-do people have warforged with them.
This one probably would have been outside because it was gigantic.
Not the one that I saw him with right before I
Oh.
got to Sharn. When I got the dagger. He was very polite.
Oh, they're always polite. That's what they want you to think.
Oh,
They
and
actually do. I can read through it.
Tart, do you have a sheet of paper or something I can borrow?
Yes, probably. Here you go.
Or actually, you know it by heart. If you got minor illusion, someone has minor
Oh
illusion.
yeah, I have minor illusion.
The Warforged had the House Cannith crest on.
Yeah, here you go.
Did the Warforged have one of those?
Let me make it prettier.
And he actually reaches in and takes out a tiny pair of glasses and puts them on the end of his nose. He's like, yeah, something like that. Why? What is it?
You guys! How long have we been playing? You guys.
Is she okay? And he takes his small glasses. They don't tell anyone I'm short-sighted. It ruined my groove.
No, they look good on you though.
Oh, thank you. And he sort of gives you that like side look and
How
puts
you
them
doing?
straight back on.
Damn it.
Okay, so Cole Cannith came here 2 weeks ago, or 10 days ago.
Uh-huh.
Warforged.
Yup. That's who's going.
Because
That's who I
the
spoke to.
travelers in him.
I think so. Or he's going to open the door.
Well, or try to get us to come to him to open the door of the temple. The temple, remember the temple we're trying to go to?
Yeah, the temple with the underground, the waterfall.
Oh, you're after doors too. He spoke about doors.
Yes.
So
What is it with people and doors?
I don't know.
You break them, you open them, you close them.
There was a spider there, Nevi.
So,
Oh, so if he wants us to come to him, then why did he attack us in the tavern?
It got
Just
us
try
to
to get the
move our
shield.
asses and get the shield.
he figured that'd be the best way to get the shield.
It is a pretty shield, I'll give you that.
Theoretically.
What was that, Ash?
Theoretically, we were going to bring it to him.
Yep.
Which door are you looking for?
A giant door.
Yes,
And
which
a big
one?
temple.
Are there more than one, Nevi?
Well, he spoke about doors everywhere. Doors leading to other doors.
Doors on doors on doors.
So, well, when we came out of the Dreaming Dark, we jumped in a well in front of the temple, not through the temple door, right? I remember that correctly.
Oh, wait. What are you talking about? Dreaming dark? What is this?
Uh,
Have I gone onto some sort of crazy boat?
Well,
Yeah.
crazy can be kind of fun, Nevi.
But where did you say this man came from?
well, I met him outside of Sharn, and he was heading for Cyre.
Yes, that's
And
where
he
he
was
told
heading
me.
for Cyre and ended up here.
Yes, that's where he told me he came from, Cyre. He came through the door.
Yeah. So he basically, instead of getting an airship like we did, took a door out of Cyre to get here.
I'm so confused. And he just sort of like
I'm
mumbles
a
it.
little confused too.
We're working on it.
So,
I'm
Wait,
Sorry,
Do we need to go to Cyre? Are we going to a temple, or are we going to go find some cubes?
What? Oh, you people should have stayed at the end. Let me get this straight. Look, the man who came to me did not give me a name. He wore this, and he looks at your illusion. He's like, he wore this on his warforged. He wore it on his shield. I recognize. I don't know who he is. I don't know, but he was trying to find a door. He was going to find a friend. He owed a friend a favor. I don't know. Something about returning a gift.
Oh. Cole Kenneth got a gift from the traveler.
What? The traveler? What, as in the god? The one who walks among us? No,
Yep.
Don't listen to people who tell you
All those things back there? The things we ran from?
Yes.
That's what the traveler's doing right now.
Well, that's probably just someone I swindled at a card game and they're thugs.
We'll be happy to take you back.
And he's
Hey! Ivan, turn it around. Now he wants to go back to the inn.
I mean, I would love to help you in your adventures, so I would really appreciate it if I could stay on this deck.
So, the things, they're from the traveler.
Hey, I believe you. I don't know. I don't do religion, okay? I don't
Okay.
gods.
So-
I've not seen any. Not out here.
Cole had a shield. Our shield is also from House Kenneth, isn't it? Isn't that the one that, or was that the armor?
Well, no, it is. I got it off the suit of armor, but was that in House Kenneth, or was that?
That was in the
same house,
collector's
Kenneth?
house. Yeah. So if he has his own shield, then maybe that can also open the door or close it.
Possibly.
You mean he made this?
Yeah. Well, it was in his house.
You stole it?
We borrowed it.
Without permission?
Okay, Mr. Swindler. Okay.
Stand over here, and then he just sort of disappears back over to the side.
You just stand there and look pretty.
I do that very well.
No, I was saying that to myself.
I do it very well.
Okay.
So, okay.
Okay.
Claire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Team huddle.
Huddle. So, do we want to go to the temple, which seems to be where everything's directing us, to turn around and try to go all the way back to Cyre at this point? It's just too far.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't take any cubes with us from Tyron's house, because that's what took us the Dreaming Dark before. They dissolved, right? Didn't they dissolve, Alice? The cubes were gone.
Yeah, there weren't any left, no.
Yeah, the
Right,
cubes
they were like inert.
Yeah.
I think if he has a shield, then we have no choice but to follow him. And
Yeah.
he does have a shield. I bet the Dreaming Dark, I bet if we wanted to get to Cyre in there, we could.
That's my, you were talking about being crazy.
Yes.
Here's my crazy thought.
Okay. Tell me.
Yep. We open the door to get back into the Dreaming Dark.
Uh-huh. Close it behind us?
How do we keep them from getting out the second we open it, though?
Not all of us can go in. Someone has to stay out to close it behind us. And then
I can do that.
Maybe? Or does... Yeah, I mean, we don't know yet.
We don't know. The other thing I'm worried about is, what if the way to open the door?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's theoretically a door in our world, and there's a door in the Dreaming Dark. What if you need both shields to open the door
And to close it.
and to close it?
We have to get Okay, I like this. This may or may not be true, but I like the aesthetic of it. So we need Cole's shield, maybe. Definitely need ours. Go in, someone stays out. Closes the door behind us. Find the cloud and dispel it. And then find an exit.
Finding an exit seems like a bit of a gamble.
Well,
Yep.
but it saves the world.
There were more. That was the closest one at the time.
My mom can maybe help us on the inside.
I think she will try. Oh boy.
Are you sure they're not setting you up to do this?
That's what I'm worried about, that it's just another form of a gingerbread house.
I don't think that. I don't know if they thought we would make that connection. It's kind of crazy to go back in there ever.
It's a good point.
Huh. I know I for sure could get rid of it. Or at least have the best chance of it.
Yeah. I think I would just be casting another spell that would do something, and so it might just make what happened to Cyre worse.
I can always
You
go
can
in
make
with
the
Tyre.
magic stop.
Mm-hmm.
That might be better.
If Vesh, you want to close the door and help River.
I think we need, no matter what, to see what's there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've got to keep going for the temple. Hey, we may be able to beat him. We are in a ship.
You don't think Cole Kenneth had a ship?
I don't know. He was walking on foot when you met them.
It's true.
And then maybe popped through this door in Cyre.
This man you speak of.
Oh, hi, Navi.
Yes, it's me again. This man you speak of, he did not look well.
Well, if he actually did go to Cyre and walk through the mist,
Missed.
that sounds about right.
Well, we won't know till we catch him.
He was limping. We'll probably catch him quite quickly. If you can find him. These jungles, and you see Nevi look over the edge. These jungles change their paths all the time.
But we've got a great tracker. And I look to River.
Oh yeah, I can track anything.
Good, you'll need it.
So, to the water that ends in the air?
Let's find the waterfall, shall we?
So glad you're here to help us find it.
Yes, I'm absolutely fine with bugs and snakes and whatever else is in here.
Australian spiders.
Do you want Freddy back?
No, you can keep Freddy. Like, and you see Tyron see this guy cringe and stand up. It's like, I am fine with bugs and snakes and birds and anything that might be in there. And they sort of both sort of glare at each other over to the side, like.
Amazing.
So, to the waterfall?
to the waterfall that we have to find.
And you can start to sail, and it's quite peaceful. There's nothing much going on as you sail over this jungle, and all you can hear is all manner of life down there. All these birds, these bugs. You can hear these see below you, these tropical birds like fly alongside the ship out of interest to see who you are. And this goes on for hours and hours.
Are we trying to?
Sorry, go on.
Are we trying to find the waterfall from the ship?
Yes, that is the last place.
Can I ask? Can I ask the birds?
Of course you can.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask the birds if they know where the waterfall is.
Yeah, of course you can. So you can roll that.
Let's see.
Because that's talk with animals, isn't it?
Yeah.
Speak with animals, that's it. Okay, so as you're flying past, a lot of these like parrot type creatures land on this boat, and you can approach them. Some of them sort of flap a little bit at seeing you walk over to them, and they sort of cock their head to the side as you look at them.
Okay. I'm going to sit down so I'm closer to them and like crouch my head down and say, hello. We're looking for a waterfall. Do you know where it is?
And they sort of look at you, they hop down, and they hop across the decking towards you and hop on your lap, and they squawk a little bit. There's one in particular seems particularly interested in you, and with its beak it knocks against your cheek briefly and then takes off straight up into the air.
Well, don't go away.
And
I just want to talk.
Takes a completely different course. The opposite direction that the boat is going.
Okay.
See it hover briefly, squawk out to these other parrots that take off almost in unison, like as they sort of move together, and they head off in this opposite direction.
Okay. So I'm going to assume that they want us to follow them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to tell the guy. I can't.
Ivan.
Ivan. I was going to say Ian. I'm going to tell Ivan, follow those birds. They're going to take us to where we need to go.
I'm sorry, what?
The birds. The birds are going to take us. I asked them if they knew where the waterfall was, and they said they want us to follow them.
You asked the birds where the waterfall was. This crow, like, and he sort of like moves over to the side. And you can see him tapping on his compass, and you can see the compass is whirring round. He's like, well, I don't know where south is anymore in this place anyway. Okay, let's follow the birds. And he sort of like, my God, and sort of walks over him, moves Blue out the way a little bit. He looks a little bit reluctant to let go of the helm, and he just suddenly like spins the whole ship around and starts to move it and follow these birds towards this this horizon basically. And he keeps up, and every now and then that same parrot you spoke to seems to come back, fly, land on the deck, land on New River, nudge you again, and keep flying back to the group.
Thank you.
And as this goes on, you travel for a long time. You're not too sure how long. And then gradually you can hear the sound of water crashing against rocks. And you can smell that freshness in the air. It's not just dense jungle smell anymore. In particular, New River, you can smell it first. And then soon, out of the distance, whoever is looking over the ship, you can see a waterfall. A huge waterfall. In fact, it starts higher up than the ship. And there are two huge stone statues. And I say statues, they're more carved into the rock either side. These huge giants holding two shields. As they sail through the sky towards this. Overhead is a thunderstorm. And you hear Ivan sort of, he pulls his hood up and he's, get ready for the incoming rain. My God, like, and starts pulling his hood up. He's like, I'm sorry, I don't have umbrellas. You might
Tart pops her parasol. How long have we been traveling for?
A good 5 hours or so.
Okay.
5-6 hours. And you see Navi look very disgruntled. He pulls his waistcoat up over his head and looks utterly ridiculous. And Tyron looks rather smugly and pulls up his own hood. And Blue walks down towards where Emet is. And you travel into this. You can see the rain, you can see the downpour, and you can see yourself sort of guiding yourself into this. And Tyron gets up with his hood. You think you're pretty sure he's had enough of Nevi, and he walks over to Vesh. He's like, hi. Thanks. For earlier. I mean. You're muted. You are muted, Vesh.
For which?
I mean, you saved my life.
Oh, it's Tyron. I thought it was Navi. I'm sorry.
No, sorry.
Oh, of course, man. You have a whole house to go back to. I mean, who else is gonna take care of all of your responsibilities, and Vera and the staff and everybody? And you built this cool ship.
I just, and he sort of looks over to make sure no one else is listening and huddles away. He's like, I'm just, I'm pretty useless, I mean, at the moment, everyone's saving me.
So, that was kind of how I felt when I was first around all of these people. Because I used to, well, I still do, but everywhere we went, I was falling over and knocking things down and being noisy and causing trouble. And with everything that I did, it just seemed like it was getting worse and worse. And so I ran away. And then it was really worse. Well, let's just say it didn't work out the way I expected.
But,
here's the thing.
Yeah?
I almost got away and would have disappeared and they never would have seen me again. But they all came after me.
Yeah, but you're like family.
You are now too.
I'm the guy who wears his pajamas and constantly needs saving. And now this asshole's turned up. Like, and he gestures back to Navi, who's just sat there, like, his tash has drooped in, like, this wet weather, and he doesn't look happy about it.
Vesh looks over and looks back. Yeah, but all he's got going for him is a funky mustache and fancy clothes.
I can't grow one of those.
Neither can I. They still came
Yeah,
from
but
me.
I'm like, how old are you?
17, I think.
I'm 28.
So? So, you've seen Tart change, right?
Once. Yeah, that was... Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw her kill Demetrius and...
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Here's the question. Did it ever change what you thought about her. You liked her for what's inside.
No, like, and he starts like, no. He just starts like repeating over and over again. He's like, no, why would it?
Tart isn't what's on the outside. She's what's on the inside. And whether you have a mustache, or whether you're too tall and fall downstairs, or are a robot who has a moss beard with flowers in it, or a mismatched, one-eyed, too long-armed, blue serving robot, or a shifter who is out from the woods and looks like she's a wolf, doesn't matter about the outside. What matters is the inside.
And you see him sort of drop his head slightly. I'm not all that good on the inside either. I mean, I helped. I was useless at capturing Tart, but like, I still went and did it. I still helped someone, and I haven't been brave. I can't do that thing you did. I mean, I can do lightning and static. I probably shouldn't do that right now. But you know, I'm a name.
So you say you aren't. You say you aren't brave.
I'm my father's name. That's it. And I'm bad at it.
Here's so much more. 2 things. 1, you say you're not brave. I've seen grown men, assassins, the scariest people that I know, wet their pants when they just see Tart heading towards them. And you sat there with her in her lap when she could have killed you any second and ate dinner with us.
I was pretty terrified.
Well, yeah, but you didn't panic, and you did good. Not many men in this world can claim that. You had the heir to House Fearlin, the House of Shadows.
House of Shadows?
Oh, oops.
I mean, I know she's a Fearlin, but what?
They're really scary. Just leave it at that.
Okay, I don't think anyone's scarier than Tart.
Well, you haven't met her mother. But anyway, so here's the thing. You're not giving yourself credit where credit is due. You were pretty cool in the Dreaming Dark. You were pretty cool after being kidnapped by a showgirl assassin. Don't tell her I said she was an assassin.
Who's a member of Fearlin? Oh god, okay.
Yeah, there's a reason everyone's scared of them. It took me a while to figure it out.
I'm not very clued up on stuff like this. I swear that was like in my next lesson or something.
So, what matters now, 2 things. Your family, and the way you know you are. If you weren't, you'd be dead.
Oh, it's good to know.
I can't say that. Well, jury's still out if Navi's going to make it. We'll see.
Yeah, like it sort of like looks back and glares a little bit. I don't know about him. I don't think he's the bad guy. He's definitely an asshole. Like, his Tyron just like looks over and glares, and then he looks down at himself. He's like, "Do you think I need to wear fancy clothes?
Nah.
Is that too much?"
Here's the thing. I'm betting pretty much no matter what you choose, Tart's gonna change it. So you might as well just wait till she buys you something.
We're going shopping.
Oh yeah.
Does that happen a lot?
Oh yeah.
Is that what this is? Like, and he sort of gestures to this crop top you're wearing. Like,
well, I've got my Woody outfit on.
Oh, you've
now.
got your Woody outfit now, and he's like,
but no, yeah, I just mentioned that I should dress up. And she just pulled it out of her bag and handed it to me. Already the right size and everything.
She has them to hand?
Oh, yeah.
Oh. I must look a bit
spent
scruffy.
Oh, just wait.
Okay. Thanks again. Twice. Thank you twice for... Yeah. I'm gonna go over there now. And then he looks and looks at Navi and goes,
Can you introduce me to Marcus and Alana when we get back to town?
I actually can. They were on holiday.
Oh, okay.
We just took their house. I need to talk to them about that. Actually, it'd be good if someone else was there when I did that.
Bring Tart along. She's very persuasive.
Why not bring Tart? And he's like, and starts to wander off to the other side of the boat. Yeah, great talk. Like, and he sort of like, and that's the bit all of you will hear, the great talk, as he sort of walks off and goes and props himself up by one of the barrels.
Tart's been like looking down the waterfall, trying to see what she can see down there.
Yeah, roll a perception check.
Okay. Nice.
Ooh, yeah, on a 19, as Ivan brings the ship over, he takes you above the waterfall. You can see more trees, sort of like they're sort of growing up out of this rock. He's doing a circle round to find somewhere to land. And as you look down at this waterfall, you can see that the faces of this, like carved into the rock, the actual face themselves, to give you a size or scale. If you remember the sword bridge, you're looking at this sort of height. That is where the top is. And you can see rocks sticking out of this water, and down below you can just see a pool. But this pool, like, you don't see the end of the waterfall. It's like it keeps going into the earth. This black rock with the odd like plant here and there. And this rain gets heavier overhead. And that's what you can see.
I guess we could get Ivan to take us down there. So we have to go underground.
Wait, the temple's underground? I thought it was just near the waterfall.
I don't think so. Nevi said that the water actually ended underground, and that's where we should start looking.
Oh, I was just thinking near the waterfall that went underground, not underground.
Well, oh, that's a good point. Navi!
What?
Which is it?
What about it?
Is the temple underground, or the waterfall just goes underground?
I don't know. I've not been here before.
I guess we could...
Does Vesh recognize anything from his visions?
You recognize the two shields on these huge stone statues.
I assume one of them's mine.
One of them is yours.
The other one is I assume it's not the crest of House Cannith, but something.
It's not the crest of House Cannith. It's almost identical to yours. But again, this is very worn rock where this water sort of poured over it. But you can guess. Yeah. They look very, very
like twins.
Similar. And as you sort of all stand on this boat, you hear a ka-choom, 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 ka-choom. And you hear Ivan go, ah, shit.
Oh no.
What?
Slight problem.
What?
The engines have cut out. And you will start to plummet. You are above this waterfall, and there are trees beneath you where the start of the waterfall is, and this ship, it's like your stomachs go. You can feel that sort of first drop, second drop, crash, I need you all to roll a dexterity save for me, please. I'm gonna roll for blue first.
So, I mean, is this we're already crashed or we're in the process of
No,
crashing?
you're in the process of crashing.
Okay, because I've got a thing I want to try to do.
Mhm. Okay, so blue is a 15, Tyrant is a 19, Nevi is a 9. And Ivan is an at 20.
Nat 20.
He knows his ship. He holds on to this. Nevi, you see, because he's wandering around too busy trying to protect his hair and protect his touch, you see, as it tips on the way down, you hit one of the trees and it sort of splinters up through the hull of the ship and it turns you sideways. And Nevi, out of the ship. You see him below fall into the fast-flowing river at the top of the waterfall. The rest of you all seem to manage to hang on. What are you hanging on to?
Probably the. Are we still in the ship as it's
Yeah,
sideways?
you're still on the ship, and you're like, so like this tree trunk has gone through the hull of the ship as it's tipping it, holding it on.
Oh, cool.
And
The
we're
netting.
up the waterfall over the giant drop.
You're over the river leading up to the waterfall. It's not just a drop.
So if we end up in the river, we're going over the waterfall.
Maybe.
Maybe. How tall is the waterfall?
How tall? As high as the sword bridge.
Like 300 feet?
Maybe a little bit less.
Okay.
I will need you all to make another save, but it will be athletics because you are holding on.
Okay. Yeah, I'm holding on to the rail, trying to move my way over to Emmett because I know Emmett's probably the biggest and heaviest, and it's gonna be the hardest to do things with.
Yes. You
We
can
met once. Really?
hold on to the railing. What about River? You are muted, River.
You're muted.
A railing or pole or whatever was near the closest to me.
Okay, you can Tart where you are. You can see Tyrant is shot across the deck, but he's holding onto a net. What are you holding onto?
Probably a net as well.
Yeah. In fact, you can probably both hold on to the same net, and you are both hanging over this water, both quite close together. And as I said, could you all roll an athletics check for me,
Athletics.
please? And Vesh, we could say you're making your way over to Emet, and as you can reach out for the last part, you feel your hand go. Tart, as this happens, there's another jolt and another just like judder, and you feel your grip go. Tyron reaches out for you in a panic. He grabs you and loses himself, and the both of you see them crash into the waters below and disappear beneath the surface. Vesh, you slip. However, you're so close to Emet, I will let Emet have an opportunity, roll in athletics to try and grab you.
Can I?
That does grab Vesh. It's like fingertips. And Vesh, you are now dangling with just being gripped around the wrist by Emet over this water. You've just seen Tyron. Tart has fallen, probably with a scream. Tyron has let go of the net to grab her, and they've both disappeared amongst these rocks and this rushing water. Blue and Ivan are still attached to the engines, effectively at the top.
Can I try a reroll?
Yes, of course you can.
Let's see.
Nice.
On a 20, as you're holding, your claws come out and you fix yourself to this boat.
I'm gonna look up to River and go, River, can you swim?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I love swimming.
Okay. I look to Emmet, since I figure I'm already dangling off, and go, Emmet, we're going underground, right?
Have to follow Tart.
So I say, let go. Not of me. Let go of the ship. We're following Tart.
Not me.
Okay.
River, follow as you can or be safe.
How far above the river are we?
The drop into the river is about 40 foot.
Okay. So River's gonna like dive in that because she grew up doing that, like diving from trees and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. In fact, Vesh and Emet, you see River almost gleefully like swan dive off of this into the water.
Looks fun, right, Vesh? You ready?
Well, yeah, let's go. So I have an idea, but
Oh, I have on the ring of water walking.
nice.
Emet, do you let go?
Of the ship.
Once Vesh says that he's ready.
You let go. And you hear Ivan screaming after you, like, you crazy! like absolutely yelling after you.
How bad is the current?
This is a fast current. Hi, Greg. Thank you.
Greg, thanks for the sub. I try to yell out to Tart, who I guess is dancing on top of the water now.
I'm like ice skating, like trying to ice skate and hold on to Tyre and like hit the back of his hood or something.
You need to make an athletics check, see if you could grab hold of Tyre as you both fell in the water.
Okay. Can I cast a spell on myself first?
Of course.
Okay, I'm gonna cast it at. Have we had a long rest since last night?
You haven't slept yet.
Okay. I'm gonna cast it at 3rd level anyway. I'm gonna cast Enhance Ability on both myself and Tyron and give us advantage on strength checks.
Yes, go for it.
Yeah, that's what I do.
He's going to roll a strength check as well to hold on to your outstretched arm.
There's advantage. Nice. Oh my god. Tart!
As you reach out, he grabs your wrist. He
Uh-huh.
grabs your hand. And that wet, that cold water, you feel his fingers peel away. And he disappears with a yell. You just hear Tart as he as he disappears beneath the waves.
Then I let it carry me to find him.
Do you take off your ring sort of thing, or are you just letting...
No, I'm like going on top of it. I'm just letting it go the direction that he went, and I'm still like ice skating on it.
Okay. Blue, seeing the rest of you dive, jumps. Just, not jump, but just lets go. And just crashes into the water beneath you.
As we are being flushed downstream, I'm going to yell out to Tart, go, Tart, can you still fly?
Just me.
That's fine. I've got Emet. Can I get to River?
Probably, yeah, I'd say so. You sort of went at the same time. You can probably get to River.
Okay, this is going to get tricky.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have 2 rounds, do you think, before we go over the falls?
I'd say so.
Okay, then I'm going to spend sorcery points. So I'm going to dump some sorcery points. I dump sorcery points so that I can do quicken spell. And Tart, grab River, cast reduce on River so she becomes very small so you can pick her up and carry her with you. Yep. And I grab on to Emet. Said, going down. And as we go over the edge, we go, Agora sort of showed me how to do this when he was wiping away my tears, and cast Thunderstep. And teleport us 300 feet down.
Yeah, I'll scoop up River and cast Fly on myself.
Yeah, you can scoop up River. River, you feel yourself suddenly shrink and someone grab you, almost like by the scruff, and pick you up. And Tart, as you go over...
I was gonna say, because River's reduced, can she carry Tyron and River?
Tyron's gone beneath the waves.
Yes,
She can't find Tyron. And as this happens, Tart, you see Vesh and Emet sort of fall back over this waterfall's edge. You see the splash, the water's getting in all of like your eyes and things like that. As you see them disappear with Vesh's yell and what can only be described as like an explosion sound. As you step off the waterfall's edge, and that is where we'll leave it.
No.
Is there something particular you wanted to do?
I'm worried about Tyron.
Blue also jumped.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Blue then?
We don't know where Blue or Tyron are right now.
Or Navi just fell off like.
Or Navi.
I was like, oh,
We
Navi.
couldn't do anything about it.
Ivan, you left Ivan still clinging to the ship.
Fine.
I haven't rolled a nat 20. He can hang there all day.
They can hang there all day. Right, we are going to go round and plug yourself, say where we can find you before we head over to Tales from the Grim, which is where we're going to raid and where Lauren and I are going to sprint to. So, first of all, let's start off with the wonderful Ash, Phoenix of 89. Hello.
Hello, everyone. I am Ash, Phoenix of 89, pretty much everywhere. Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. Right. Double check the time. Yeah, right now this is the only stream I have, so I will be back here on Monday. And then I also have a weekly podcast that is now on hiatus that comes out every Saturday. And for favorite part, oh my god, there's so many epic just scenes. Actually, no, I think favorite part was the NPC rivalry over Tart. That was the best part. Was Alice arguing with herself.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
It was amazing.
Awesome, thank you. Then we're going to hop around to the lovely Kim, or Geeky Tea Party.
Hello. You can find pretty much all my information over at my website, geekyteaparty.com. And this week I am nowhere else because I will be having a baby.
There you go.
So, yeah, that's me. And my favorite part was watching Blue dance around, like doing in the ship, because I thought that was really cute. And then turning into a puppy, that was fun too. That's awesome.
Yeah, you turned into a puppy. Perfect, thank you. Then we're going to hop over to the lovely Tall Squall.
I'm Tall Squall. You can find me all over the internet as Tall Squall. I gotta say, I think my favorite part was just poking Lauren for like the first 45 minutes of the stream. I'm sorry, Lauren. I had a really long day at work and I was very punchy. And
I'm glad I could be your stress ball.
pretty accurate. Just accurate. I had a blast. I always love Eberron. It like completely makes my day. I was feeling pretty fried after work, and y'all just energized me. So it was great.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you. And last but certainly not least, that's Salty Ginger. Hello, Lauren.
Hi, Alice.
Hi, Lauren.
Hi.
I can never be too cruel because you're my DM next.
I want. I'm gonna be worried all week. It's fine. It's not a big deal. It's fine. I'm Lauren. I'm that Salty Ginger over on Twitter. My favorite part was diving off of the edge of the boat to saving Matt. It was awesome. That was good. Good times. Yeah, you can find me, like I said, on Twitter at that Salty Ginger. I play games around the internet with my friends here on the Scratticus Academy and over on Off the Table. And I am half of Salty Sweet Games with my best friend Kiana, and part of the team at Tales from the Grim, where I run a Lady Blackbird campaign called Wild Blue Yonder that Alice plays in, like right now, like in 5 minutes. Woo! It's fun. Mondays are super chill. So that's where you can find me. Oh, Tyron.
I'm sure he's fine. But other than that, we are going to go and raid from the Grim now, as we're going to run over there to play Lady Blackbird, with apparently the war cry doors on doors on doors. So everyone, join our Discord. It's full of lovely people like you see here. If you want to get into a game, drop Scrat a DM on Twitter. And also, if you have missed anything, you can always catch up on YouTube. We have a Patreon if you want to support us, with some wonderful articles on there from the lovely Renee. And also merch, which you can get via Redbubble. We have wonderful sponsors in the form of Bird in the Storm, which is our very own tool school here, and also Mage Hand Press. But other than that, we're going to go run now pretty fast. And I love this game every single week, and I'm really glad that Tart finally got to rescue Emet. How the tables have turned. But until then, everyone, keep evoking emotions, and I'll see you next time. Bye.